What's up guys, welcome back to a video. In today's video we're gonna be learning about polymorphism. So before going into the video, I would appreciate you guys liking and subscribing the video, and feel free to comment. So let's go into the topic. So first, let's see what is polymorphism. So poly stands for many, morph stands for form. So basically if we combine them, it's going to become many form. So it is a way of how a class can be shown or represented in many different forms. So that is what polymorphism is. So there are two types of polymorphism: method overloading and method overriding. So what is method overloading? Using the same method but with many forms, not less forms but with many forms. And method overriding: parent class will be overridden or changed to the child class arguments or parameters or even the methods that the child class have. So let's see an example using method overloading. So first, as we said, we have to make a class. And this is going to be my operator class because I'm going to have an add method inside it. So, and I'm going to have a function inside it saying add, and then I'm going to have self a equals 0, b equals 0, c equals 0, and d equals 0. So basically, I have four parameters inside this, and followed by the self statement, which we don't even have to care about, and their default value is 0. So whenever I do give nothing, it's basically gonna count as 0. And then I have to print a plus b plus c plus d. So that's what I'm doing here. And now I have to have my object, which is basically my variable, which is gonna have the operator class. And then I have to access the add method inside it. And now I have to I can put the variables or do not even have to. Like if I just run this, it's gonna print us basically 0, as you see, because we didn't give anything inside this. So instead, if you want it to print some values, so you can just give, let's take 11, 2, and 6. Most of the time people think it will come in error because we have 4 arguments and it's only provided 3, but instead it's gonna print us the sum. So 11 plus 2, which is 13, plus 6, 19. How, you may ask? It is because we have our default values over there which have 0, which means d is 0. 19 plus 0 is of course 0. So that's how this thing works. So this is not method overloading still. So this is an example of how method overloading is. So actually method overloading is so different than Java or C++ because Python does not support the method overloading. So you can achieve this using these kind of thing. So we are basically overloading the computer with the many arguments. So let me show you an example. So I have like here 2, 3, and 4, which means my argument number is increasing, which means I'm overloading the computer. As you see, it's printing us the values. So if you want to check it out, you can just put the calculator and check it out. So our method overloading works. So what is method overriding? So method overriding is nothing but the parent class is being overridden or changed to the child class arguments or the parameters where you have. So first we have to have a class name. Let's take it operator this time too, and then let's use this. First I'm gonna have, let's say I'm gonna have an add method inside this. So add method, and I'm gonna have a self, and then I'm gonna like add, let's say 5 and 9. I'm gonna not provide any arguments because I don't want to. I can just add 5 plus 2. And then I can create a new class naming child class, which can have the operator thing. So basically we are basically inheriting here. So yeah, and then I'm using the same method, which is add, and then I'm using the self, and then I can use it. And now basically what I have to do is like I have to rewrite this, which means print 6 plus 2. So basically it's gonna print us 7, people think, but it's gonna instead print us 8 because this is being overridden by this. And why is it not printing anything? Because we didn't store anything in our objects. So first we have to create an object having the, let's take the child class. Okay, in the child class we don't have to give anything, and then object dot add. And then if I run this, it have to print us the numbers. So it's gonna print us 8. As you see, it's printing us 8. So let's take what we have learned. So we learned method overloading, method overriding. So this is what we have learned. So if you want to learn more about polymorphism, you can still watch the video. And if you just want these both, you can just see my another videos if you want. So let's see how a polymorphism is actually. So basically, I have a class over here having my class, or I can just name it, let's take fruits. And then it's gonna have some inside these whatever these things are. And now I can just have an init function, a self name, and that's it. And then self.name equals name. So we have our fruits over here. And then we have to have our object too. Print fruits. Or let's say print fruit, and then it's gonna print us the fruits. So print self dot fruits. So till here is basically like a normal class, but now it's gonna change a lot. So first we have to write self dot name because there is our name, and now we can just like use another class. So basically we have to show fruits in many forms. So this is the orange fruit. So this is one form of fruit, and then I can just inherit that, and then I could use this again. So I can just like use pass or anything. So anything works. That's how polymorphism is. But for now, I'm gonna use the init statement so that I could use inside these, or instead I could just use the print statement depending on how you want it. And now I can have the self name the thing which I have, and then have super the of dot, let's take the init function init, and then have our name. So self and name. So that's what we have over here. And now we have our thing in here. So now we can use whatever we want with these. So I can like print fruits or do whatever you want. So that works. And then we can do whatever we want. So as I said, you can represent this fruit in many forms. So this is orange to, let's say, banana. Let me change that. So I have 3 fruits. This is gonna be apple, and then this is gonna be, let's say, mango. So these are the 3 fruits which we have. Oh, and now I have to make an object. Object equals, which I'm gonna store the fruits of, and now we can have our thing. But instead, let's see if these child classes work. So instead, I could just use the child class, which is orange, and then have my parameters. So I can just type, let's take orange, because this class is orange, and now I could just print this. So print fruit, and then that's it. So we can represent this in many forms. So let me represent this in mango and apple in just a second. So I'm copying that, pasting there, and then let me rename this object so that it's gonna be quite easy for us to understand what is happening. So I'll change that real quick, and then that's gonna be apple, and then that's gonna be, let's take the mango and mango. So that's it. We got our fruits, and now if I run this, so it's gonna print. It should print us the fruits. But why is this error? Because fruits take 2 positional arguments, but 3 were given. So let's see what mistake we did. So class 8. Remember, as I said, we should not use the self parameter. So that's what the mistake is, because we should not have over there, and it's printing orange 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 because I didn't change these parameters. So if I change this once, it's gonna print us back to normal. And some people, and including me, I keep forgetting that super does not have the self, so we have to quite remember that. As we see, orange, apple, mango. So that's how polymorphism works. So basically it means showing the class or something in many different forms. So that's it for today's video. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.